What's up, B2 Capital G here, looking at some brand new Cyberse monsters coming out in Cybernetic Horizon. Once again, that is the set that comes after Flames of Destruction. Konami just announced that it was going to be released in the TCG the last week of July, so it'll be a little while before we get our hands on Cybernetic Horizon. And this is incredibly shocking to me. The cover card, which has now been revealed to be Cyberse Magician, he's blue, but he's definitely not a Link monster. When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, this is the wrong shade of blue. This is actually a ritual monster, and I was just like, wait, what? Not only is Cyberse Magician our first ever Cyberse ritual monster, but this is also the first time that Konami has put a card on the cover of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains booster pack that is not actually a Link monster. So I guess it's just not going to be all Link everything. This is really exciting, the way that Konami is taking Cyberse as a type, and obviously it's making a lot more sense that Konami put all the Demise stuff in here, because it appears that maybe this is going to be a ritual pack just kind of randomly. I mean, I thought we weren't even making rituals anymore. Now Konami's like dropping a ritual booster set, and it's like, wait, where did this come from? But yeah, this is actually a ritual monster on the cover of the pack. So let's go ahead and break down him. Let's break down the ritual spell that actually summons him, and then there's actually a Link monster associated with him. Yeah, Konami wants you to ritual summon and Link summon kind of in the same turn. It really makes me want to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains to see exactly how Yusaku pulled this off. So this is Cyberse Magician, level 7, Dark Cyberse, obviously. Ritual monster, 2500 attack, 2000 defense. Maybe this guy was Dark Magician in another life because he's level 7, 2500, 2000 defense. Same stat line as Dark Magician, obviously different typing and whatnot. You can ritual summon this card with Cybernetic Ritual. That's the new ritual spell. This guy has 4 effects, and I think they're all pretty decent. The first effect is half all damage you would take. Shout outs to Trickstars. They probably won't like that effect very much. Effect number 2, if you control a Link monster, your opponent cannot target your monsters for an attack or a card effect except this one. This is really nice because this means that, like, they have to basically run this card over. It's 2500. It's not the greatest thing. It's not the greatest stats ever, but the third effect kind of makes up for that. It also means your opponent can't use like Castel, if anybody's still playing that, or just other like annoying targeting effects on your other important monsters. Effect number 3 might be its best effect, honestly, because I think it's probably the one that will be useful under most circumstances. When this card battles a Link monster, it gains 1000 attack during damage calculation only. That is incredibly relevant. You guys know Links are obviously the meta. I mean, even Pendulum decks and other decks that use other mechanics, they summon Link monsters. And I just think like a ritual monster that basically shreds Link monsters is just pretty good. If Konami made a newer Necroz, like new Necroz support, probably it would hate on like Link monsters too. So this seems pretty good, and it activates during both players' turns. I like that. Third effect, if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand. So this card basically can tutor another copy of itself. Who doesn't like that? And it can also tutor everything that's Cyberse in the game, and it can put it right to your hand. So I think that this is a card that has 4 pretty good effects. I mean, I would say that all the effects are kind of like B- effects. So I think it ends up being maybe like a B- card. I think it's actually pretty decent. I mean, it's way better than something crappy like X-Code Talker. Usually when you get these cover cards, you don't know what to expect, because a lot of times there are these unsummonable pieces of crap boss monsters. Firewall Dragon, Borload, and Terrace Bina are kind of like exceptions to the rule. Anyways, let's check out the ritual spell. I actually think the ritual spell is better than the ritual monster itself. This ritual spell is actually like crazy. It's called Cybernetic Ritual spell card. This card can be used to ritual summon any Cyberse ritual monster. So this is what makes me think that we're getting more Cyberse ritual monsters. Like, why would you put that in it if you weren't going to release but 1 card as the cover card of Cybernetic Horizon? So this makes me think that Konami has more plans for Cyberse rituals. Maybe even we could be seeing, like, I don't know in this set, but maybe the next set, like a Cyberse archetype that is ritual based, because we've only really seen like the Demise archetype in this set. Usually most booster sets have like 3 or 4 archetypes, so it's very possible we could see a full Cyberse archetype that is ritual based. And the effect says ritual summon 1 Cyberse ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters you control or have in your hand whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the monster you ritual summon. That's like pretty much standard. I saw that and I was like, okay, that's basically like every ritual spell ever. How exactly is this card good? The second effect is what makes this card good, in my opinion. During your main phase, except the turn that this card will send to the graveyard, you can banish this card and one ritual monster from your graveyard. Special summon 2 Cybernetic tokens. They are Cyberse, Light, level 4, 0 attack, 0 defense, in defense position. This is so amazing for so many reasons, obviously. Number one, those link tokens can be used, obviously, for link summoning, and that's pretty good because there's a link monster that we're about to talk about, and you can instantly go into her. Plus, you guys know a lot of these Cyberse monsters that Konami have created, the link ones, a lot of them require other Cyberse monsters to summon. Everything from like Honeybot, you know, some of the first ones that we've gotten, to even the new ones, like they seem to require a lot of other a lot of other Cyberse monsters to summon. This facilitates you going into those. At the same time, since you're getting 8 total stars on the field, this can actually summon another copy of Cyberse Magician during like your next turn. He's 7 stars, you now have 8 stars on the field, so I'm definitely feeling that. The fact that you've got a ritual spell that produces tokens is pretty damn incredible. Like, what have we learned from cards like Scapegoat, Gofu, and Grinder Golem? Like, producing tokens right now is kind of broken. I'm kind of surprised Konami even made that effect built into this card. I think it's kind of crazy, but whatever. They're the ones making the card. And then we have the last card. This is actually a link monster that is somehow associated with a ritual monster. That is so strange. This is Cyberse Witch. It's a link to. It's dark, it's Cyberse, 800 attack, stat line's not that great. It points bottom, left, and bottom. It requires 2 Cyberse monsters, as we just talked about. A lot of the Cyberse types, a lot of the Cyberse link monsters require other Cyberse, so that's fine. The ritual spell produces tokens, so it's all good. If a monster is special summoned, monster or monsters is special summoned to a zone this card points to, you can banish 1 spell card from your grave, add 1 Cyberse ritual monster, and 1 Cybernetic ritual from your deck to your hand. That is an awesome effect because not only does it not specifically specify that you have to add Cyberse Magician, you can add any Cyberse ritual monster. Again, that's another clue that's telling you guys Konami is not going to make 1 Cyberse ritual monster. They're probably going to make a bunch of them, but this is an instant +1. Like, who doesn't like that? It gives you your ritual spell and it gives you your ritual monster as well. Second effect is, during the main phase, if you activated this card's first effect, during this turn, you can target 1 level 4 or lower Cyberse monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Monster Reborns are always good in Yu-Gi-Oh! This is a card where if you summon this, you pretty much need to jump through hoops to make sure you activate it, because if you do activate it, it's basically a fucking +3. And like, I understand you have to be playing like all the appropriate cards to get that +3, which means you're mainly going to be using her in like Cyberse themed decks, but I'm never going to say like a +3 card is bad. This is an instant +3. All you have to do is just special summon a monster to that link point. So I'm thinking that she is actually really good, and you probably want to summon her first and then summon Cyberse Magician, the ritual, and then just activate her effect, get like another copy of the ritual monster, another ritual spell, and then special summon a monster back from your graveyard that you just used to go into her, the link monster. So yeah, very interesting how this set is actually shaping up. Konami is taking this set in a very weird direction that I really didn't see them doing. I mean, how many of you guys thought that rituals were going to be coming back with a vengeance, let alone not just an old school ritual archetype? But we're talking about Konami is now making the central theme of this set rituals and even Cyberse ritual monsters. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.